Good evening, Agenda Rights. It is December the 9th. Tell a lie, it's January. Yes, last time I heard that Jay coming out. No, January the 9th. I'm kidding. I just wanted to throw you all off a bit. How you doing, bath time?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm looking forward to crossing swords with everyone over team selections tonight.
Yeah, well, how you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to fencing with a few guys as well today.
Nice.
I choose fencing because when you say sword fighting, it's a bit innuendo. You know, I don't like to say that. You know what I mean?
It's all right.
Yeah, it's,
we
That's exactly what I meant.
We deserve.
all right. Okay.
So we deserve better. It's not on yet, so we should be all right for a little while. To be fair, look, let's just say a couple of howdies before we get the show going. Anyway, Stephanie Griffiths, never too early to drop a like. Yeah, she did drop that at 4 o'clock. Thank you very much, Bilal. I don't want to get in any trouble, so big up everyone. Thank you very much. Yes, we are all home. Yeah, bloody hell, do you expect us to start bang on 9 o'clock? Jesus Christ. How you doing, Andrew? I hope you're doing well. But thank you very much. Good evening to all. Second Stephanie's sentiment, as it's literally the only channel that I regularly tune into. I'm sure you've been barred from the rest of them, so don't make out like you really want to be here. We do appreciate your time here. How you doing? Why do I still think it's Christmas? Oh, you get lost. You talk about my beard. Thanks a lot, Kira. Bloody wind up merchant. Tyrone, I hope you're doing well, man. How's it going? Yabba bath time, you good? He's bigging us or see polite. Little bit of manners never hurts anybody. Guys, loads of bits and pieces going on as usual. As usual. Bath time, do you want to host this bath time? I might have to start muting my mic a little bit more often.
Okay, I'll host.
Oh God!
So we deserve.
You win. You win.
Yeah, we were talking about sword fighting like in films before the show started.
You know, so if I did fight We Deserve Better, I was saying backstage that if I wanted to be a sword fighter when I was younger, my name's actually Zach. So like Zorro, if I won We Deserve Better, I would do a Z on your chest with my sword. Oh dear.
It's because you're usually punctual. Thank you. I do my best to try and get some standards for punctuality, but that we don't always match up to them. All right. We got some stories tonight before we get into the team selection, and they're about Marcus Rashford. Yabba, do you know what's going on?
No, this is new to me. Yes. What is going on? Give me an update, please.
Right, massive news. He's followed.
You know, like when people go on YouTube and do the live reactions, say, I'm going to react to this video, and they sit there. You know they've already watched it, and they're faking a reaction. This is genuine. I don't know anything about what you're saying about Rashford. Bring it on and see my emotion with my change, depending on how good or bad it is. Let's go.
Okay. Rashford has started to follow Rafael Leao on Instagram.
AC Milan.
Yeah. AC Milan have said that they want to make Rashford the main man and are trying to seduce him with, I suspect, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who Rashford, I don't know if he looks up to him, but, you know, they were there at the same time, weren't they?
Forward, didn't he?
Yeah. So that's been going on. I mean, we're kind of hoping that this gets resolved quite quickly. I assume you're in the same boat.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? That we're in the world now where if you follow someone, that means there's something in it, And I think there's a lot into that. I mean, he's sort of giving clues, don't they? Sort of cryptic clues about what's going on, and that's a big one for me. The odds would suggest, when check the odds now where he's going, judging by this sort of following Rafael Leao, I think it would suggest that AC Milan are favourites now. And what a great club to go to, man! Who's been to San Siro? Anyone been there?
I haven't been to the San Siro.
Wouldn't you like to go there? If you picked like one of the best stadiums, most not saying about it's old stadium now, but the most like well-known stadium,
iconic.
Yeah, iconic. That's the word. Thanks, Mr. B. That's the sort of stadium I'd love to go to. From the outside, it looks pretty. AC Milan have got such a great pedigree, heritage. They're sort of second behind Real Madrid with Champions Leagues, I think. Maybe they've got 7 or something, but they're a fantastic club. They've had some fantastic players, and it's only right that a player like Rashford would feel that's the right move for me because, especially when he's wanted that much, he could change their fortunes. He can make them big again. Imagine Leao and Rashford. That's a tough proposition for any.
Same side though. That's the only issue. They play on the same side.
I think they could be like telling Rashford that they want him down the middle.
Maybe different system. Maybe it could work.
Like he's got to be thinking. If you're Marcus Rashford, you've got to be thinking of 2 things. One is like building yourself back up to the standards that you were at, but also like your international career. England are a very, very good team, and to someone as like America centred as Rashford is, with that World Cup coming up, he would love to be there. It would he loves America. I imagine he's got plans to go MLS at some point. He would absolutely love to be out that summer. And you look around the England team, and is left wing somewhere that is like available? Sort of Grealish is out there, I think. Someone else.
Grealish, Gordon.
Anthony Gordon, yeah. And Anthony Gordon's got to be the boogeyman for Rashford. He needs to be getting Champions League football and playing regularly to stop Gordon getting in the team. So,
do you think AC Milan in a position to cover his wages? No. Are we talking about a loan move? Maybe is this what we were saying yesterday? It's going to be a loan move.
No, well, it's
long term. Could it be like a proper deal where they?
They want him long term, okay. But we're going to have to take a hit on his wages because we were idiotic to pay. Like we've given him like a wage that the best player in the world would ask for.
Right.
Like, and in Italy, I think 200 grand a week is probably the max that you can really give to someone. So we've got to find 100. We've almost got to subsidise 40% of that, 45% of that, depending on what you believe.
Well, they're saying they'll say that they'll do half. So they're saying they'll go to 175. Well, they say half. Mm-hmm. Maybe half is less. Maybe it's a little bit less than that with us not being in the Champions League. But whichever way it is, they said they'll pay half. I think the situation. I've just looked at their league table, BATHTIME, and they are in 8th. Yeah. AC Milan, but they are 8 points off Lazio.
Where are Lazio?
Lazio 4th. Yeah, but Inter Milan are in 40th. In 40th are on 40 points. So they've really got to make up 8 points on that. They've got 2 games in hand on Lazio and need to make up 8 points. But they've still got Juve and Fiorentina and Bologna in front of them. So to be fair, if he's going and he's going to be part of a project, he's got to be looking to get them into the Champions League.
Yeah, he has to. He's got to be thinking he's a Champions League player. Who's top in Italy, by the way?
Piss off.
It's McNapoli for anyone wondering.
Yeah, it's Napoli.
And also, can we just do some comments, Yabba?
Yeah.
Actually, go on, spit it out.
Yeah, so I think AC Milan's manager is Sergio Conceição. He's ex-winger, Portugal winger. He probably likes him as well, so he'd be sort of excited to have someone who played in his position and could turn him around. I think it'd be great for AC Milan because if they turn around his fortunes, and it could be great for him to sort of show everyone in European football just the potential that he's always had at Man United. But yeah, it is time to move on, and let's see what happens over the next few weeks with that one.
We've got Johnny Hill saying that Einstein basically saying that United won't activate the Alvaro buyback. It says that Ineos are cheap bastards, apparently. Bilal is saying that AC Milan are England's B team. I know they've got, is it Tomori?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's never actually impressed me that much, I've got to say. I hate Spanish and Italian clubs. They talk the talk, but they never put their money where their mouth is. They used to hold both Spain and Italy have held the world transfer record, haven't they, for various points?
Yeah.
Is this another case for Yabba, and now BATHTIME investigates? Yabba, how is your investigation of the relationship between Xerxes and Virgil van Dijk getting on?
I'm digging a little deeper at the moment. I've sent a few agents out there to sort of speak to their families and friends, and our report will be on your desk Monday morning.
Thank you. I look forward to it. Rashford being the main man while Leao is there, no chance. Also, Theo Hernandez there, can't see it. I suppose that's their left-hand flank, isn't it? Like Hernandez and Leao. That sounds pretty good to me. We've got Angel saying he's been to the new camp. We've got Matty Bassett. Have you been to the new camp?
Yeah, man.
It's a good stadium, isn't it?
Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Andrew's never been to the San Siro. Tyrone saying he thinks AC Milan's fall from grace is as bad as United's, if not worse. They're more successful than United. On the European stage, probably. But have they, Mr. B, you've got, there's a lot of Italian in your house. Have AC Milan really fallen off?
Yeah, they don't do shit. But never do Juve. So I just think Italian football is just, everything goes through cycles. And at the moment, they're nowhere near getting on the bike, those two. AC Milan are a long way off. I don't even think, I know Rashford's not going to be their answer, but I want them to think he is, and I want them to take him.
Do you think that they've fallen off that much? I mean, Italy, recent Euro winners, they had Inter in a Champions League final. Juve made quite a lot of Champions League finals in the last 10 years. Are we over?
Maybe Italian football hasn't fallen off, but AC Milan definitely have.
Yeah.
Italian football has fallen off compared to what they were in the 80s and 90s. And AC Milan, when you talk about their history, it's mainly about the 80s and 90s. If you look back in the early stages of the European Cup, which started in the 50s, Real Madrid dominated, and Milan didn't win one. It was Inter Milan, and I think Celtic beat Inter Milan in '67, didn't they? And yes. Then AC Milan only won their first one in the 80s, I believe, with the Van Basten, Gullit, and Rijkaard combination, the Dutch trio, the Trinity. But they were very successful then. I mean, they beat Steaua Bucharest 4-0 in one final. They beat the great Barcelona as well. 4-0. They beat the great Barcelona, Super Cruyff great team as well. So they were amazing. And if you see some of the tactics they used to do you remember the offside trap with Baresi?
Catenaccio.
They would just sprint. So just everyone in line would just sprint ahead and catch 10 players offside at a time. Really fantastic club. I mean, me growing up, they're my club for Italian football. I love their shirt. I love their stadium. I love some of the players that have played for them. Magnificent club. So if he is going there, he's going to a great club, and he's got an opportunity to revive them. Mr. B saying, and it's true, they haven't been at their best for the last sort of couple of decades, but they could return to some sort of stature again, and that's all about winning the league and the Champions League, and it's something they could do. Into their rivals who they share a stadium with, they won the league. They were in the Champions League final against City a couple of years ago. They're above them at the moment, but yeah, it would be really interesting to see how he does if he does go to Milan, and yeah, I'll be watching very closely.
And the thing is, they're on a high as well. They've just won the Super Cup
Yeah.
in Saudi, manager's first 2 games. So, if he says to the board that this is a player that he wants, then maybe it's something that they'll push for. Look, good luck to him. Good luck to him. It might only be 6 months, but obviously it sounds like they want to make it permanent. I mean, if he goes out there and, turns it on a bit, you never know. You never know. He might make a little bit of money after all.
Which quiz question to you two? Which is the first Man United player to ever get signed from Man United straight to AC Milan?
Ray Wilkins?
From
Butch. Well done.
Oh, shit. I got it.
Well done.
I don't get much right. I don't get much right.
Wow, that was...
I don't get
You
much
always
right.
do well in quizzes, Mr. B.
I don't know why. I'm
But
pathetic.
I remember one about, was it Andre Villaboyas won like the Dakar Rally or something?
Yeah,
You knew
yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah, but those are random. Those aren't probably like you lot remember like who passed to, the player in games. My brain, I'd rather have that brain than knowing random Villas Boas questions. To be fair,
all right. We've got V with some irony here. It's time for you to piss off to another fan base, to Marcus Rashford. We've got Infected Raha. Knowing me...
DD, hello
DD.
DD, little fan, good friend of mine. How you doing? Welcome, bro.
Oh, you spot my joke. Anyway, well, I was going to go knowing me, knowing Raha, which is, yeah. Windows looking nice at this moment for me. What's this about? Oh, the transfer window.
Yeah.
What Liverpool signing someone?
come on,
No,
fill
I
us
think-
in, please.
I think you're referring to Man United, aren't you? Looking nice.
Window looking nice. No, looking nice at the
He's a
moment
Liverpool
for
fan.
me.
He's a Liverpool fan.
He's a Liverpool fan, so he's losing Salah, Van Dijk, and Trent, and the window's looking nice, is it?
Well done, Bath Time. Get in there.
Yeah. Zlatan at AC Milan wanting Rashford, apparently. I am Zlatan sounds better than I am Marcus. Both are mid, apparently. Rashford and Kvaratskhelia swap deal has been spoken about. Me and Mr. B discussed this beforehand. I can't see Napoli losing, their second best player midway through their title charge.
You are hilarious, man. You are hilarious, Bath Time.
No, but they wouldn't, would they?
No, I can't see. I just can't see it. I can't see it because I don't know what price that they're talking about. I mean, he must have a couple of years left on his contract, but it surely would be worth more to them to win the Scudetto and go into Champions League as champions. And then if they are going to sell him, then you sell him at the end of the season when you know that everybody's going to have money, everybody's buttons on reset.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, I can't see it.
Yeah, maybe Tyrone means in the summer. Matty's never been San Siro, but he's been to Juventus old Stadio de Napoli, something like that.
It was had a track around it, didn't it? It's just the fans are a bit distant. This new stadium they've got is proper better for the fans, much better for the fans. But the old Stadio d'Olimpia, was it?
No, that's in Roma.
What's it called in the old?
De Napoli, I'm sure.
Was it? Okay.
What's the best stadium you've been to, Yabba?
New Camp. I've been to New Camp.
Mr.
Old
B?
Trafford.
Nice,
Old
that is the
Trafford.
correct answer.
Yeah. Second best is New Camp, though, Yabba. Second best is New Camp, but it's Old
Did you watch a
Trafford.
game there?
Yeah, we would. I don't know. We were so drunk and we were so far. We were
You
so,
don't know?
No, I'm sure Thierry Henry was playing.
Oh
Was Thierry
wow!
Henry playing? I said we were smashed to bits. It took us forever to get up and took even longer to get back down. But we went over. It was a football tour, innit?
Yeah.
So they got us the tickets, and we had, you know what it's like. It's like on a football tour. But I got my Instagram pictures of me in the stadium.
Oh, nice. So you had like a bird's eye view.
Oh, proper,
Well, up
mate.
there.
It didn't matter. Everybody looked like dots. We were right at. I swear, I don't think there was anything higher than us apart from bird shit. To be fair, we were so high. It was ridiculous. But yeah. Love.
I mean, you normally are.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say.
Yeah.
You teared us up, man. You teared us up for real.
Italian football used to be the best in the world. Some great players played there over the years. I mean, they had 3 clubs in the final of European competition 2 seasons ago. Like, I do think that the fall off from Italy is a little bit like overdone. It's just the Premier League is what Serie A used to be, with all the money and the star players and things. Are you 3 really all right about Rashford leaving? I am.
Yeah. No
Yeah,
problem.
100%, mate. 100%.
Apparently, Ornstein has mentioned Liverpool and Chelsea for Kvaratskhelia, so he thinks United links are fake. Oh God, look at this, AC Milan. You can all read that between yourselves. I can't read all of that. Klaras Seedorf won the Champions League with 3 different clubs. Excellent player. Why is this starred? Is this you, Yappa?
Yeah, I did it. I just thought, because he talked about Seedorf there, what a great player. And Andrew was listing great players. He's the witness for AC Milan. Because we're talking about Rashford moving to AC Milan. And Bart just came out with that, saying Seedorf is better than Robson and Keane.
Okay. Right, here's one for you then, Yabba. Who's the last English player to take Italian soccer by storm?
By storm?
Mark Hateley?
No. Maybe, I wouldn't say Gaza. Gaza was injured, got injured too much. Probably Gaza by storm. If you're about storm, he was in the media so much. Even
Platt, no? What Platt did good over there?
For sure, yeah. I would say Gaza, but not necessarily. It would be, if you wanted to say, all right, the last British player would be John Charles.
John who?
Charles. John Charles. Absolutely mash it up, went out there.
Oh, what year was that? Yeah, but
this would probably be mid-60s, maybe.
For fuck's sake.
Could it be?
There's about 4 people who would know that. There's probably 4 people alive on the chat now who were available.
Chris Waddle didn't go to Italy. He went to
he went to Monaco or something, didn't he?
Marseille.
How did Graham Souness get on in Italy?
Yeah, kicked a few people, as I expected. Liam Brady done really well out there. He was replaced by Platini for Juve. So Liam Brady, he's Irish, obviously, but he was just a really successful player out there. Yeah,
and obviously 2 of the best midfielders of the last 10 years that Britain has produced have played in Italy in the last 2 seasons in
Beckham.
Harry Winks and McTominay. All right. Right. What are we here for? We're here for Arsenal versus Manchester United this weekend. First of all, are we all feeling good about the game?
100% better than I did a week ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is there fear for you two? Because it's a London team and
no, we're gonna win. There's no. I have no fear. I have no fear. We're gonna win. I have no. It's not even gonna go to penalties. If it goes to injury time, granted, but I can smell something happening down there at the Emirates, and it doesn't smell good. So let it be. If seasons ebb and flow, everybody has times in the season when they drop off, and when another team picks up. And I just think that we're on that Liverpool game. I think has worked wonders for us. I know it was one game. I know we didn't win the game. We could have won the game. Arsenal did us. When we played them, we moaned that they did us with 2 set pieces the whole game. They didn't open us up really, and they're worse now. They're under more pressure because guess what? Their trophy, they're one ahead of us. We're on 13, they're on 14. They can't afford to lose. We end their season. Their season's finished in January.
Yeah,
because so I'm so optimistic if he gets the team right. If Amrin picks the team that either me or you or Yabba suggest, I'm sure that we take the points at the Emirates, and then the crumbling starts in north side of London. We do what we did with Man City, we do what we did with Liverpool, and then we do what we did with Arsenal. We can only go high, we can only go up. I can't believe that they're going to drop off after getting to that level. They've had the 6 losses. They know what it feels like to go home. They know what it feels like just to have to order stuff on Amazon and Uber Eats because they can't leave their house, and they don't like it. So I'm hoping that the pennies finally clicked, and we give them what they deserve, mate.
Yabba?
Remember the great Jimmy Greaves, rest in peace. What a great
Oh,
player he was. He used to say,
Black and white.
yeah.
it's a game of two halves, or something like that. Is one of his quotes, and it's like a season of two halves as well. Because, like Mr. B was saying a few weeks ago, Arsenal, I would have been afraid. We played them, and they bullied us. They won the game with two set pieces. But things change, you know. Football changes week in, week out, and pressure gets to players. They lost 2-0 at home to Newcastle the other day, and they were overrun. And they played one of their strongest teams, you know. That suggests to me they thought, let's get a trophy out of this. They're still in the title race. Let's not forget that. But it's about momentum, and they always seem to drop off. They're known traditionally to us down here in London as bottle jobs. We call them bottle jobs because they had it in their palm of their hands last 2 seasons, and you expect them this season, based on City dropping off and not being present, that say, all right, the only team that's going to take over is a team that's been hustling them for the last 2 years, which is Arsenal, and they're not at the races. Mind you, after 20 games last year, they had the same points. They got a bit of better goal scoring and better goal difference at the moment. But they're the same. They're on par as what they were last season. The only difference is Liverpool have improved. They're just on par, and that's putting a lot of pressure on them. He's been there 5 years now. Granted, you can do as well as you can, but people want trophies, don't they? And I feel he's under a bit of pressure now because of 2 things here. The trophy pressure, the Arsenal fan base, you know what they're like. You hear them all the time. You see, we can only have to watch one of their channels, see the characters they have. They put so much pressure on. They want too much. They drove Wenger out of the club. Remember all the Wenger out thing? This is the fan base that they are. And that's why I don't like them. And the second thing is, how do they deal with this good team they have? How do they deal with absence of Saka? They were out without Odegaard recently. They really suffered for that. That's where they dropped off a bit. And now they're without Saka. And let's see how he's a key player to them. Let's see how they cope without him. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. They got a lovely youngster, 17-year-old player, who's really good. But you can't rely on him. Yeah, you can't rely on him. And then the other day they played Martinelli and Trossard wide. They've got Sterling there to come in. You know, so it's going to be how they adjust. And they're not scoring enough goals. They had a clean sheet at home the other day. They relied on set pieces. Big up to Jamie Lawrence. He said they're just a modern day Stoke. That's what he said. Ex-pro, who knows more than me. So, and they couldn't break the team down the other day. As much as they play some good football, they couldn't break them down. Any team sets up well against them, they couldn't break them down. So they had to rely on set pieces, which is good. But I just think at the time, and like Mr. B said, at the moment, with us, having a good result the other day against Liverpool, they've a bit spent having to play Newcastle the other day, playing their best side. I don't know how much they're going to be up for it. Let's just hope we are, because we owe them. We haven't been at the Emirates since Rooney, I think, scored a goal for us, and that's a long time ago. So I would love, this is a big result, big game for us. I would absolutely be delighted if we can go there and get a win. Is there replays anymore in FA Cup? I'm not sure. So it's settled.
The extra time, yep. Extra time and penalties settles tomorrow.
Wow. So there you go. I already know how I want it to go. I just wanted to take them out and put some more further misery on them. So that's my take on it.
Yeah,
But yours, bath time. This is the one
Okay.
I'm interested in.
I think Arsenal are a pretty good football team that are in a bad moment. They're finding it very, very difficult to score, and they're relying a lot on set pieces. It kind of looks like a lot of the time they're playing for set pieces. Certainly on the left hand side where Rice swings that ball in. I think like when you lose a player to Saka's quality, it's not like you can have a couple of them just in storage on the bench. But I think that the title races for City have taken quite a lot out of them, and we're seeing it this year that they're struggling to get back to their levels. Teams tend to peak towards the end of the season, unless you're Nottingham Forest. So I wouldn't say that we're favourites going into this game, but I think that it's one of those games where 2 weeks ago you'd be fearing this game, and now we're thinking that this isn't a bad time to play them. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a difficult game, and this is probably the best time to play Arsenal, though. But we'll see how we do, because they're still a very dangerous team, and they're still a very, very good football team. So I'm a little bit worried that all our good work could sort of come undone in one game. I'd much prefer us to be playing Luton or Peterborough United or something. And if anyone in chat can tell me if Ashley Young and Ashley Young's son come on, I'd appreciate that, because I'd like to see that. But anyway, should we look at the teams we've got, gents? All right, as always, first of all, before you put your teams and your score predictions in, just tell us which team annoys you the least out of the ones that we're showing. And actually, you're right, yeah, but I'll do some comments first. We deserve better. He's worried about corners. Why? I'm not even going into that nonsense. Arsenal need a proper centre forward. I quite like Kai Havertz. I know he's not very popular, but I prefer him over what we've got. I want us to beat Arsenal at Arsenal to put to bed that awful result earlier against them. We turn up against the better teams. Levels. Arsenal are better at the back, better keeper, better midfield, better up front.
You come on here, and all I want, or just Andrew, you're here every day. Just come on here and apologise. That's all. The first words you say is sorry, Yabba, Mr. B, and bath time. That's it.
I love that.
Yeah. Okay. Just to get a quick threat in there. We're the most threatening channel on YouTube. Bath time is right. Arsenal are tired and worn out, especially Odegaard. The physical toll has hit him the hardest. If we play Luton, we'd struggle. Okay. If we scored against Arsenal, we'll get through. He will. Andrew will, but he won't have to. Make of that what you may. Arsenal will beat...
He's back. R9.
Yeah. It's such an iconic photo, but it's such a disappointing photo as well, that one. Look at it. It's the silver medal after he had his epileptic fit in Paris.
Is that the game?
Yeah, it's 98.
Oh, yeah, he is,
Runner up. All right, let's have a look at the teams. Mr. B. Oh my god!
Oh my
right.
god!
What have I done?
Oh my god! We're almost.
What have I done? You're going to tell me I got your team wrong last time.
Went out.
No.
It's different.
Okay.
I'll talk about my Delict pick in a second, but actually we'll leave the Xerxes one till the end.
Oh god!
I'm going to tell you. Right. You've both gone Martinez. I completely understand why you've gone Martinez. I very, very, very nearly went Martinez. I have gone for Delict because of set pieces. I think that Arsenal are more dangerous on set pieces than they are attacking on their right-hand side at the moment. And that is why I've put Delict in. But I fully expect Martinez, Maguire and Euro to be our strongest back three. Yabba.
Yeah, so you've gone for set pieces. Look, I can't drop Martinez. I put him in when he was under pressure last week, and he come up trumps, didn't he? Because he played pretty well and scored a great goal as well. And playing him against Arsenal, I remember him scoring at the Emirates before again. You can't drop him after what happened. He is a big signing for us. He has been under pressure, but I think he strives on opportunities like this to prove it wrong. Everyone will be watching. I mean, this will have more viewers than Sky TV. The whole country will be tuning into this because I think it's on BBC. So this is one of these massive games where you can get like 12, 13, 14 million people watching on a Sunday afternoon. And you have to be there. You have to be on the team sheet. And I think Martinez has earned that right by how he performed last week.
I don't disagree. I just think that we need to defend set pieces and... I think we can defend. Yeah. Well, Euro's not... In my opinion, Euro's not very good in the air. He beats people by being taller than them as opposed to moving them and so on.
Good point. I totally agree with that.
But, all right, I suppose, Mr. B, you are well known for your love of Maguire. Why have you got him in the team? What is it? Why is he there and Delict isn't?
just because Delit got done twice in the last game, you have to go on form. I'm not going to say he's a better defender than him. I'm never going to say that. But at the moment, I think he's playing better. And the fact that Delit can come and cover both positions, whether Maguire has a bad game or Euro has a bad game, Delit can cover maybe both sides more. So I'm more thinking about ending, closing the game out as well, because he tends to make a sub on one of the players. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, personally, you know my thoughts. I think that Maguire is underrated as a centre back, and I think De Ligt is overrated as a centre back. I was looking at the teams around us in the table the other day, being Palace and Spurs, and when you look at Palace with Gay and Chalobah, I think that they're better central defenders than De Ligt. I would take Romero from Spurs over him. And I think I'd take Van der Vaart, or whatever that guy is, the fast one. I think I'd take him over De Ligt. I think De Ligt's a really average centre-back from what I've seen so far. You're muted, innit?
Okay. I just say okay.
Do you disagree on that take, though?
I just have to accept your opinion. It's not going to change. There's nothing De Ligt's going to do, especially this season. I think he's a better than average defender. I think he does a really good job for us. So no, I don't share your opinion that he's just average. I think he's above average. He's not a well beater, but maybe that will come.
Maybe. I mean, it's his first 6 months, but yeah. But what are your thoughts on De Ligt so far?
I've always thought he's a good player. What I liked about him, I mean, obviously going back, playing so young at Ajax at a high level, he was one of those. We talked about AC Milan, Gullit, Van Basten and Rijkaard, but it was all about De Ligt, Frankie de Jong, and Donny van der Beek in that side. We got the worst pick. But anyway, he was really impressed me. He was in that Champions League run. He was coming up to scoring goals, crucial goals. He was a leader, talked really well. And, I wouldn't expect him to drop off this much, in a way, because he's gone to Juve, he's gone to Bayern Munich, clubs where you have to perform, and he's been let go for some reason. Now I don't know what that reason is. Maybe like you get a run in a litter. Maybe there's something we haven't found out about him. We yet to find out. But what I'm starting to get worried about is that since he's arrived with my high expectation of him, I must admit that I don't think he's better than Harry Maguire from what I've seen in playing for Manchester United. And so the basics of defending, I think I thought he was better in the air. I thought he's wouldn't go to ground too much. I thought he could, he reads the game pretty well. I'll give him that. I thought his passing is okay. It's not better than Harry Maguire's though. I don't think he's spraying the ball and all that kind of thing. Leadership skills is good, but it's a bit slow. Needs to get up to pace with the Premier League. Maybe needs to lose a bit of weight, I'd suggest. He'd become more of an athlete rather than try to get physical, because he's quite a big, strong boy. I think it's fair to say he's been average. I want to see more from him. And it's an opportunity now. He's in the prime of his career. I think the years we got him is fantastic, because we got a player who's got a lot of potential, and he's playing in his good years with us after having some good clubs before him. So I want to see him succeed. So I want to see him improve. And you're right, by half time, he has been pretty average so far. But if he can improve in those areas, get stronger, get a bit more athletic, not less mistakes. Remember in international this year, in Ireland, he made 2 boo-boos, and he was cursed out for it in Holland. And then the other day against Liverpool, he was responsible for 2 boo-boos again. Yeah, he has got amazing thighs. I always look at someone's thighs, tree trunk legs, to see how they are. When I'm warming up, when I'm playing teams, I always look at other guys, their legs, to see. I see these little guys.
I look at calves.
Yeah, I say he looks like a baller just by their legs. You can see that they're strong. They can turn, all that kind of thing. So that's how I see how a good player is. I can look at them and say, okay, that guy looks strong. That guy looks good. He's got a good low center of gravity. It's going to be someone tough to deal with. And these are the psychological things that can work for you in your favour. So I'll talk about back backstage. But yeah, I was going to talk about something else.
Oh, good. Calf chat. I like that.
Yeah.
This little fraud here, Tyrone, says, I think bath time has been harsh on De Ligt. During the Liverpool game, I got quite a lot of apologies from Tyrone in my direct messages about about how De Ligt was playing. I personally, right, I think that De Ligt, we're kind of looking at his pedigree at the moment and rating him off that, because he's played for some really, really top clubs all over the place. But I've personally seen a lot of what I think are fundamental issues in his game, and nothing like, you look at the body position where he conceded that penalty, and you look at how he slides in. He's second to a lot of balls and stuff. I'm hoping it's just he needs to get himself up to a certain level, but I'm pretty disappointed with him so far. I thought we were signing a different player, to be honest. No fundamental issues about Maguire. I hate his running, Andrew. He does not run like an athlete. He runs like a windmill. Like, yeah, but you love your running and you never bring this up, Maguire's running technique.
I don't think he can change at this stage of his career. He can't. I was watching Dwayne Chambers, remember him, the disgraced drug British athlete, 100-meter sprinter. But he's trainer now, and he's turned his life around. And I was watching just only this morning. I was watching training spot that he was doing, talking about how to run correctly to sprint. And you see Maguire. I think he could get faster if he changed his technique slightly when he's sprinting. He's a bit too arms too forward. Arms have got to go back a bit. Your biceps shouldn't go further than your chest when you're sprinting, so it should be more backlift with your arms. And obviously, he runs a bit too upright for me, and he's slowing himself down. He's not getting too much contact on the floor. So if you're breaking it down track and field wise, I reckon he's got more pace in him if he learned how to run, improve his technique.
What's your book?
My book that I'm holding.
Yeah.
I'll show you at the end of the show.
Oh, God, no.
Do we have a happy sort of 10 minutes or something at the end of the show where we just...
Yeah. Yeah. You can have one of them. I suppose a happy couple of minutes here is that we have all agreed essentially on the midfield.
Yeah.
Are we, like... A lot of people this season have been, like, a bit annoyed with Delo. Some people have suggested Mazraoui is better in a centre-back position. Do you? I've picked that team because I think they're probably our best competitors against an extremely strong Arsenal midfield, where you're going to have like Rice and Partey and Odegaard, who all bring a level of physicality that needs to be matched.
Well, a couple of things you've raised there, but the crucial thing was we were saying a few weeks ago about, we can't, every time we play with Dalot and Maz, because they're fullbacks, we're not getting enough going forward. And then we go and score 2 goals at Liverpool with those two playing, which is impressive. Dalot had a great game. So I don't think anyone, based on form, I don't think anyone's picking say Ahmad to play where Maz is playing, for example, or mixing it up too much. They played well the other day. I really highly expect the manager to play that same midfield as we did against Liverpool. They proved it. Like I said, the most tacklers in the game were the 2 centre midfielders for us, out of everyone, including Liverpool players, 4 tackles each, 15 tackles. And then we saw what Dalot did against Trent. We saw what Maz did. He really worked his socks off. And he's a determined player and someone who's probably a first team starter. You've got to find a way to put him in based on his experience, his running power, and his technique, which is pretty good. He always seems to pass to the man. I've seen him drop a shoulder all in certain difficult areas. He's a good tough pro. So I think it's no frills, that midfield, but it's like you said, it's going to be combative against a tough Arsenal midfield.
Yeah, I noticed that you've only dropped De Ligt from the Anfield game. But before, actually, Andrew, stop it. You're not allowed to speak to people like that in the comments, please. Don't make stupid personal insults. I let the one on Yabba earlier go. because I know that you're not trying to insult him, but this time you are trying to insult someone. So just stop being a sociopath and behave like a normal human being. And then we've got Stephanie saying Maguire is deceptively slow. Right, Mr. B, you're on trial now. What is Xerxes doing in your team?
I always talk about finishing games. I think Xerxes will offer him something else. The fact that it's an away game, I think he needs to play. I think the fans in the crowd will give him the G up that he needs. And if he doesn't, and he has to come off after an hour, then take him off after an hour. I just think he'll offer them something different. Yeah, we might not have the running in behind that Højlund sometimes gives us, but we're going to have the ball control, hopefully. I'm more hoping that it's not going to be one touch. It's more going to be stick to him and let somebody run off him rather than him popping it off and wasting the ball. Control it first. Use your size and then play off, and then the team builds through that. That's more what I'm hoping to see rather than Højlund just running off like a fucking rat. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. So I want to see control of the football.
What when you say he needs to play? What I don't.
Okay.
What does that mean?
As in, he felt the hatred from the fans at the home game. He definitely felt the love from the away fans at this last away game. The fact that he's away again, if he can get his confidence up ready, all those people who booed him at Old Trafford, I'm not going to say they were right or wrong. They paid their money. They can do what they want. I didn't think it was a good look, to be fair. So I would like for him to go back there in the home game against Southampton full of confidence. You know, Højlund's not scoring. He's just running around like a fucker. You know what I mean? I want my forward to do forward things, and I think he's more capable, whether it's an assist or whether it's a goal himself. You know, show them and show the fans, all right, this is what I'm really about. Yeah, if he does want to leave and the move's going to get done, fine. But don't go out have pride in yourself. You know what I mean? So that's more why I want him to play. Maybe it's a sentimental thing why I want him to play and not necessarily... no, you know what? It's not even sentimental. No, I want him to play. Højlund doesn't deserve to start. We've only got one other striker. Is that all right?
Time muted.
Don't know. Maybe he's fallen off a chair.
So you think?
Sorry, I was muted.
We got two strikers, and they're both different. We know they're both different. But what seems to happen is they play. One plays for 60 minutes. The other one comes on with fresh legs and starts to give us something else, a different option. So you're just saying, oh, you're going to switch it around, start with Xerxes, and then take him off for Højlund late in the game.
Yeah, it's about finishing. I've learned more. Sometimes you need finishers. You know, it might offer something different, but I think he has to get him in a position where he's going to affect the game. Don't play him as the number 10 or whatever. What position? He played him as the number 10 the last game, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he did.
Right. So he started as a 10. Don't play him as the 10. Play him as the 9 and give him the instruction to keep his arse up there. Yeah, Saliba. I mean, Arsenal are going to have to go strong because it's a game they're going to have to win. So you know it's going to be Saliba and what's his face? Gabriel. You know it's going to be them playing. But you also know their game. You know, there's areas on the pitch that you can step into where they're not going to come to. Use your head a little bit more. As I said, I want him to control the football. I don't want the one-touch passing. It doesn't work in the Premier League, and it's definitely not going to be working against Arsenal on their carpet. Control the ball, then lay it off. But then, I mean, they've had a week's training. Had a week's training. No game, no nothing. They've just been able to turn up, go through tactics. We saw what they did after 2.5 days training against Liverpool. Liverpool are a better team than Arsenal. Let's not get, and they were in a better vein of form. Arsenal are nervous, you know. So no, I feel that's more why I want Xerxes to play over Højlund. Have I sold that switch to either of you two guys?
You have actually. I think that because of that midfield, which I'm a bit scared of with the power in it, Xerxes Xerxes dropping a bit deeper, like pulling them out a little bit. Like, who's going to follow him if he drops? I think that our game plan has got to be, let's get that crowd annoyed. Let's get them, I'm not sure Arsenal fans like their players, particularly at the moment, after some poor performances all season. First 20 minutes or so, keep it tight, frustrate them, annoy them, overload them in that midfield area. I can see that working, but the one thing is, Højlund does give you an out ball. You can just boot it and he can chase it. And Xerxes, that game that he got taken off in, Xerxes was dreadful in that game. He was taken off because it was the wrong formation, but he was also the worst player. And yeah, actually, you haven't swayed me. I think that we need Xerxes. It's difficult, isn't it? Because we're not going to win this game with just the players on the pitch. It's going to be the subs as well that contribute. And I do like the idea of Højlund and Garnacho coming on to a stretched game, but at the same time, I don't trust Xerxes. I don't trust Højlund. But at least with Højlund, I know I'm going to get a certain amount of output in terms of just running.
Do you think if he played Garnacho and Xerxes and gave Garnacho the instruction to be the one who goes when Xerxes drops slightly deeper, do you think that could be something maybe that you could see happening, or do you think it's just no chance?
Yeah, I think so, but that might be a better way of winning the game. Because so if we're still in the game 60, 75 minutes, Arsenal are going to be... It's a cup game, so they don't want to take a point. They can't. And it's our cup. They're gonna push up and things like that. And then we saw... I can't remember who we played, but Garnacho was getting in a lot off runs in. I think you have to look at Garnacho as a sub at the moment. Ahmad and Bruno have done enough to get in the team. Ahmad's defensive work's going to be important. So, yeah, I think maybe treat Xerxes and Garnacho as a sort of rehearsed substitution, as it were.
Actually, you know what? That probably makes a little bit more sense, actually, to be fair.
And the best moments we've seen from Xerxes, to be honest, for him being a sub. He scored that goal against Fulham as a sub. He kept the ball quite well against Man City. I'm fairly sure that he was a sub. I still think he gave a terrible pass to Maguire, but he did it as a sub at the weekend. He actually might be a better out ball than Højlund for towards the end of a game, of just holding it and moving it about.
And we've got Nacho, the one who does the running, does his running.
Yeah. So I think, are you now saying that Højlund should start?
Yeah. Well, I didn't think of the combination sub. I just thought of Højlund directly replacing. Oh shit! The name's gone from me already.
Xerxes.
Yeah, Xerxes. But if it's a double sub, and you're saying maybe that's something that they could have worked on in tandem in training in the week, then I would probably start with Højlund to give him the running, maybe try and beat them up a bit, and then bring on them two as a double sub. I don't think it should be separate. Yeah, I would rather go your way, to be fair, actually. So my team is going to be unchanged apart from Euro from the weekend. Then
it's same as Yabba's.
Yeah,
and I quite enjoy that it started off with you saying, "Have I convinced anyone to play Xerxes?" And it ends with you.
I know. Yeah, but what you did it in a way. It wasn't one sub. It's the combination of the two subs, and I think that may well be the killer move, because they're going to be trying to pin Xerxes, and then he'll have Garnacho with whatever they've worked on for the last 4 days coming on to cause a little bit of trouble. So, yeah. I would go with your one. I will change. Yeah, I haven't convinced myself. I'm going to go with your one. I'll go with yours.
All right. Should we talk about score predictions then end it?
Yeah.
Yabba, what are you thinking?
really tough game. Can we score? For starters? Look, but based on all the circumstances, a bit of unease at Arsenal right now. They're not scoring goals. Can we, get some retribution, defend their set pieces? If we do, without Saka, are they going to be a bit, disjointed, trying to attack like they were against Newcastle and where they were at the weekend when they drew? I think we can get a 1-1 draw, take them to penalties. That's our best hope. Take them to penalties or score late. When we do these changes, what you mentioned there, Mr. B, about Garnacho and Haaland or Zerchi coming on the pitch late in the game, it's a game changer. That's what subs are for. And I think those two really give us some sort of excitement to say, go on, do your thing. They can really cause some havoc. Every time Garnacho comes on, he seems to get a chance or create something, and he's got a lot to prove. So, yeah, I think if we can get a 1-1, take them to extra time, maybe get a late goal or beat them on penalties. That's our best hope, I think. I don't think we're going to go out there and walk over them. I just think we've got to make sure we switched on at all times. Set pieces. Mr. B made a great point about us having so many days where we can prepare for this game. And based on that, I think we'll be ready to deal with them tactically. It's just about, once again, having that emotion, the desire that we demonstrated at Liverpool to sort of keep that tactic going and win our duels and battle with them. And that way, I think we can get a draw and maybe sneak a late goal or take it to penalties.
So you're going for an extra time win?
1-1, yeah. I'm going 1-1 penalties.
Mr. B?
I go 1-0, but I go 2-1, 2-1, 3-1 extra time. I think we'll score first. So after soaking up that first 20 minutes, or maybe this is in my head, that first 20 minutes is going to be, we're also going to come out there. If we can hold that, especially if we can score, catch them on the break or something. But I'll go 1-1, but it doesn't go penalties. I think we go either 1-1, 2-1 or 3-1 in extra time. But I think it's a game that we're going to control. I know they're going to be away from home. And yes, it is going to be on set pieces. But Arsenal are going to want to not score from set pieces. As much as they've won the games and their fans are happy, that's the rod that everybody's still beating them with. You can't score in open play. You can only score from... So their players themselves are going to know, well, right, if they get the opportunity, that's fine, and they'll take them. But as a fan base, they have no interest in wanting to score from set pieces. So they're going to be under more pressure to try and open us up. And teams aren't doing that since AMORIM's come in. So, yeah, I'll take a 1-1, 2-1, 3-1 extra time win.
Right. Okay. I'm going to end the show because my father is calling me, and we've done an hour. I'm going to go 2-0 to Manchester United, goal in each half. I think we're very good at keeping possession. I think we'll annoy them. And that's going to be my reasons why.
Yeah, lack a notch at BATHTIME.
Yeah, okay. It's lack a notch from me.
Lack a notch from me.
Lack a notch, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Outro.